Hello, welcome to today's video. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and if you're not, I hope this video can bring you a little bit of comfort. So we're back with another Brothers Grimm story. So again, my goal is to get through this entire book, and I'm taking y'all along with me to read all the Brothers Grimm stories. However, they have a lot of stories, and so I was looking through the table of contents because I was tired of just going in order, like from front to back. Like, that's so boring. We need to spice it up a bit. So I found that they're kind of organized a little bit by not characters but by stories. So there's 3 stories back to back, and they're the wolf and the 7 little kids, the wolf and the fox, the wolf and the man, and then gossip wolf and the fox. I don't know if I'm gonna read that last one, but it's just like all the wolf stories, or at least with wolf in the title, they're all like back to back right there. So I thought it'd be fun to just read like 3 little short stories about the big bad wolf, because I don't know, I love the big bad wolf. I think the way he's been portrayed in media is very interesting, as a big bad wolf. But then we also see movies like Zootopia where like the carnivores aren't always evil, or like bad guys where the bad guys aren't always bad guys. I don't know, I just think the big bad wolf is such a fun, versatile character. I've always loved wolves growing up, so we're gonna read these short stories. I hope you enjoy, and let's get right into it. So first, we're reading The Wolf and the 7 Little Kids. Oh Lord, I'm nervous now. Again, this is a cold read. Like, I haven't read any of these, so y'all are gonna see my honest reactions. There was once upon a time an old goat who had 7 little kids and loved them with all the love of a mother and her children. One day she wanted to go into the forest and fetch some food, so she called all 7 to her and said, "Dear children, I have to go into the forest. Be on your guard against the wolf. If he comes in, he will devour you all, skin, hair, and all. The wretch often disguises himself, but you will know him at once by his rough voice and his black feet." The kids said, "Dear mother, we will take good care of ourselves. You may go away without anxiety." Then the old one bleated and went on her way with an easy mind. It was not long before someone knocked at the house door and called, "Open the door, dear children, your mother is here and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the kids knew that was the wolf by the rough voice. "We will not open the door," cried they. "Thou art not our mother. She has a soft, pleasant voice, but thy voice is rough. Thou art the wolf." Then the wolf went away to the shopkeeper and bought himself a great lump of chalk, ate this, and made his voice soft with it. That's crazy. Okay. Then he came back, knocked at the door of the house, and cried, "Open the door, dear children, your mother's here and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the wolf had laid his black paws against the window, and the children saw them and cried, "We will not open the door. Our mother has not black feet like thee. Thou art the wolf." Then the wolf ran to the baker and said, "I have hurt my feet. Rub some dough over them for me." And when the baker had rubbed his feet over, he ran to the miller and said, "Strew some white meal over my feet for me." The miller thought to himself, "The wolf wants to deceive someone," and refused. And the wolf said, "If thou wilt not do it, I will devour thee." And then the miller was afraid and made his paws white for him. Truly men are like that. That was crazy. That's funny. Okay, so now the wretch went for the 3rd time to the house door, knocked at it, and said, "Open the door for me, children. Your dear little mother has come home and has brought every one of you something back from the forest with her." The kids cried, "First show us thy paws, that we may know if thou art our dear little mother." Then he put his paws in through the window, and when the kids saw that they were white, they believed that all he said was true and opened the door. But who should have come in but the wolf? They were terrified and wanted to hide themselves. One sprang under the table, the 2nd into the bed, the 3rd into the stove, the 4th into the kitchen, the 5th into the cupboard, the 6th under the washing bowl, and the 7th into the clock case. But the wolf found them all and used no great ceremony. One after one he swallowed them down his throat. The youngest, who was in the clock case, was the only one he did not find. When the wolf had satisfied his appetite, he took himself off, laid himself under a tree in the green meadow outside, and began to sleep. Soon afterwards, the old goat came home from the forest. Ah, what a sight she saw there! The house door stood wide open. The table, chairs, and benches were thrown down. The washing bowl lay broken into pieces. The quilt and pillows were pulled off the bed. She sought her children, but they were nowhere to be found. She called them one after another by name, but no one answered. At last, when she came to the youngest, a soft voice cried, "Dear mother, I'm in the clock case." She took the kid out, and it told her that the wolf had come and eaten all the others. Then you may imagine how she wept over her poor children. At length, in her grief, she went out, and the youngest kid ran with her. When they came to the meadow, there lay the wolf by the tree, and snored so loud that the branches shook. She looked at him on every side and saw that something was moving and struggling in his gorged body. Ah, heavens, is it possible that my poor children whom he has swallowed down for his supper can still be alive? Then the kid had to run home and fetch scissors and a needle and thread. The goat cut open the monster's stomach, and hardly had she make one cut than one little kid thrust its head out. And when she cut farther, all six sprang out one after another, and were all still alive, and had suffered no injury whatever. For in his greediness the monster had swallowed them whole. What rejoicing there was! They embraced their dear mother, and jumped like a tailor at his wedding, and danced around for joy about the well with their mother. That was... oh, there's more. Okay. The mother, however, said, "Now go and look for some big stones, and we will fill the wicked beast's stomach with them while he is still asleep." Then the 7 kids dragged stones together thither with all speed, and put as many of them into his stomach as they could get in, and the mother sewed him up again in great haste, so he was not aware of anything and never once stirred. When the wolf at length had had his sleep out, he got on his legs, and as the stones in his stomach made him very thirsty, he wanted to go to a well to drink. But when he began to walk and move about, the stones in his stomach knocked against each other and rattled. Then he cried, "What rumbles and tumbles against my poor bones? I thought 'twas 6 kids, but it's not but big stones." When he got to the well and stooped out the water and was just about to drink, the heavy stones made him fall in, and there was no help, but he had to drown mercifully. When the 7 kids saw that, they came running to the spot and cried out loud, "The wolf is dead, the wolf is dead," and danced for joy around the well with their mother. See, when it says kids and they're talking about baby goat, that made a lot more sense, but that... how do you just sleep through getting cut open and having 6 kids come out of you? That's crazy. The wolf and the fox. The wolf had the fox with him, and whatsoever the wolf wished, that the fox was compelled to do, for he was the weaker, and he would gladly have been rid of his master. It chanced that once as they were going through the forest, the wolf said, "Red fox, get me something to eat, or else I will eat thyself." Then the fox answered, "I know a farmyard where there are 2 young lambs, if thou art inclined. We will fetch one of them." That suited the wolf, and they went thither, and the fox stole the little lamb, took it to the wolf, and went away. The wolf devoured it, but was not satisfied with one. He wanted the other as well, and went to get it. As, however, he did it so awkwardly, the mother of the little lamb heard him, and began to cry out terribly, and to bleat, so that the farmer came running there. They found the wolf, and beat him so mercilessly, that when he went to the fox, limping and howling, "Thou hast misled me finely," he said. "I want to fetch the other lamb, and the country folk surprised me, and have beaten me to a jelly." The fox replied, "Why art thou such a glutton?" The next day they went into the country, and the greedy wolf once more said, "Red fox, get me something to eat, or I will eat thyself." Then answered the fox, "I know a farmhouse where the wife is baking pancakes tonight. We will get some of them for ourselves." They went there, and the fox slipped round the house and peeped and sniffed about until he discovered where the dish was, and then drew down 6 pancakes and carried them to the wolf. "There is something for thee to eat," said he to him, and then went his way. The wolf swallowed down the pancakes in an instant, and said, "They make one want more," and then went thither and tore the whole dish down so that it broke into pieces. This made such a great noise that the woman came out, and when she saw the wolf, she called the people who hurried there and beat him as long as their sticks would hold together, till with 2 lame legs and howling loudly he got back to the fox in the forest. "How abominably thou hast misled me," cries he. "The peasants caught me and tanned my skin for me." But the fox replied, "Why art thou such a glutton?" On the 3rd day, when they were out together, the wolf only limped along painfully. He said, "Red Fox, give me something to eat, or I will eat thyself." The fox answered, "I know a man who has been killing, and the salted meat is lying in a barrel in the cellar. We will get that," said the wolf. "I will go when thou dost, that thou mayest help me if I am not able to get away." "I am willing," said the fox, and showed him the by-paths and ways by which at length they reached the cellar. There was meat in abundance, and the wolf attacked it instantly and thought, "There is plenty of time before I need to leave." The fox liked it so, but looked about everywhere, and often ran to the hole by which they had come in, and tried if his body was still thin enough to slip through. The wolf said, "Dear fox, tell me why thou art running here and there so much, and jumping in and out." "I must see that no one is coming," replied the crafty fellow. "Don't eat too much." Then the wolf said, "I shall not leave until the barrel is empty." In the meantime, the farmer, who heard the noise of the fox's jumping, came into the cellar. When the fox saw him, he was out of the hole at one bound. The wolf, he wanted to follow him, but he made himself so fat with eating that he could no longer get through, but stuck fast. Then came the farmer with a cudgel and struck him dead, but the fox bounded into the forest, glad to be rid of the old glutton. Foxes and wolves are a fun combo. Okay, the last one is the man and the wolf. Once on a time, the fox was talking to the wolf of the strength of man, how no animal could withstand him, and how all were obliged to employ cunning in order to preserve themselves from him. Then the wolf answered, "If I had the chance of seeing a man for once, I would set on him notwithstanding." "I can help thee to do that," said the fox. "Come to me early tomorrow morning, and I will show thee one." The wolf presented himself betimes, and the fox took him out on the road by which the huntsman went daily. First came the old discharged soldier. "Is that a man?" inquired the wolf. "No," answered the fox, "that was one." Afterwards came a little boy who's going to school. "Is that a man?" "No, that is going to be one." Oh wait, hold on. I'm getting it now. He said the military man, that was one. The little boy, that's going to be one. Okay, make sure we're all on the same page here. At length came a hunter with his double-barreled gun at his back and hanger by his side. Said the fox to the wolf, "Look, there comes a man. Thou must attack him, but I will take myself off to my hole." The wolf then rushed to the man. When the huntsman saw him, he said, "It is a pity that I have not loaded with a bullet," aimed and fired his small shot in the face. The wolf pulled a very wry face, but did not let himself be frightened, and attacked him again, on which the huntsman gave him the second barrel. The wolf swallowed his pain and rushed on the huntsman, but he drew out his bright hanger and gave him a few cuts with his right and left, so that bleeding everywhere, he ran howling back to the fox. "Well, brother wolf," said the fox, "how hast thou got on with man?" "Ah!" replied the wolf, "I never imagined the strength of man to be what it is. First he took a stick from his shoulder and blew into it. Then something flew into my face which tickled me terribly. Then he breathed once more into the stick and it flew into my nose like lightning and hail. When I was quite close, he drew a white rib out of his side and beat me so with it that I was all but left lying dead." "See what a braggart thou art," said Fox. "Thou throwest thy hatchet so far that thou canst not fetch it back again." See, the language is a little funny. And foxes are, I love how like just devious they are. And then like a fox-wolf combo is so funny. Yeah, and the language is really fun and interesting and still a bit confusing. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my description box down below to follow all my wonderful social media. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Remember that you are smart, you are kind, you are important, and I hope you have a wonderful day today. Please be focused. It seems focused. Till with as their sticks would hold together, till with two lame, oh my gosh, not tame, okay, but anyway, thank you. Comment down below how you're feeling about school starting back up, because that's crazy. I don't know when this is going up actually. Don't comment that. Perfect timing.